Yes, yes, yes. My favorite word. Yes, we are back. We are back. We are back. Happy Wednesday, guys. Happy Wednesday, guys. As you walk in, please make sure you hit that like button. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button. And please make sure you hit that notification bell on the right hand side. Remember to click all because we do go live each and every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6 o'clock Eastern time. Like always, thank you for tuning in to KL Culture Radio. Akeem, Jordan, what's cracking like it? What's cracking like it? What's cracking like it?
Living good, living great.
Feel you, man. Feeling good, feeling great. It's hump day. It's Wednesday. It's middle of the week, and that means the weekend is very, very close away. But other than that, let's go. Let's get it. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get it.
Yeah, my apologies for the background music. I got my TV hooked up to the screen, so sorry about that. But that being said, sports. Jordan, what's going on in the sports world? What's happening over there, big dog?
Let's get into the sports world. We're going to head to y'all neck of the woods. We're going to go back to Miami. So we talked about this before last week. We talked about how Tua, he got injured and he has suffered a concussion. And, we talked about he should retire or not, since this was his I believe it was his fourth concussion in his NFL career. And yesterday it came out that he will be placed he's not going to retire, and he has been placed on the injury reserve list. So if people that don't know about the injury reserve list, usually when you're placed on this list, you are out for the minimum for at least a month. With Tua case, it could be longer than that. So, and because Miami Dolphins, they want to, really, really test it out. Also, Miami doctors want to test it out, testing out when it comes to concussion. Also, Tua want to go to his doctor to make sure, concussion is, with his concussion, make sure he's doing very, very well. So it looks like, he talked with the team, he talked with his family. He said, hey, I'm still going to play. I'm going to take my time off, be on the injury reserve list, and I'm going to play. And when I come back, maybe this year, he likely might come back this year, and I'll be ready to roll. But other than that, Hakeem, go ahead and play the clip, and after that, we'll chop it up.
After Dolphins quarterback Tua Tagovailoa sustained this hit on Thursday Night Football.
Tua steps up, he's going to run for the first down and takes a shot,
resulting in some breathless moments on the field and at least his third documented NFL concussion. On Tuesday, the Miami Dolphins placing their franchise quarterback on injured reserve, requiring him to miss a minimum of 4 games. Just a day earlier, head coach Mike McDaniel wasn't sure about the move.
Not enough information quite yet. That's going to be driven by, medical experts.
Concern for the beloved quarterback and father has flooded in from an iconic Steeler who also lined up under center.
I'll say, young man, it's not worth your life and what could come of it. Now, am I saying to retire? No, I'm just saying take your time.
To Raiders head coach Antonio Pierce.
I'll be honest, I'll just tell him to retire. It's not worth it.
And even Tua's childhood friend and former linebacker Manti Te'o.
That was
Yep.
That was hard, bro.
Who got emotional just talking about Tua's concussions.
I want him to be able, not today, but 10, 15, 20 years down the line, to be able to raise his children, to be able to walk his daughter down the aisle. That's what I want for Tua.
In 2022, the 26-year-old suffered a series of blows to the head.
you could see both his hands. You just get right away, you get concerned.
That prompted changes in NFL protocol and had even Tagovailoa weighing retirement.
I think I considered it, for a time, having sat down with my family, it would be hard for me to walk away from this game with how old I am.
Now he's back in a familiar place, consulting with medical specialists about a sport that's been a fundamental part of his life.
So what's next for him as he's weighing these next steps?
Yeah, big choices, obviously, Savannah. So he essentially has at least a month right now to go through the concussion protocol and then to meet with independent specialists to decide what the next move is going to be. As his coach, Mike McDaniel, said, you are the quarterback of your own family. That should come first. Now, is his risk profile higher than your typical NFL player? I spoke with a neuroscientist. He said not necessarily based on the number of concussions. There are plenty of other NFL players who have sustained more concussions than Tua. That said, the big question is his symptoms. Do they go on for weeks or months? If it lasts longer than that or goes on for months, that would obviously be a red flag. And the question at this point right now is, what are his priorities? He's a father, he has a family, and of course the entire NFL community right now is deeply concerned.
Yeah. Of course, but he's also poured himself into this sport, making a career of it.
His entire life.
I mean, difficult moments. All right. Thank you, Sam.
Thank you, Sam.
Hey, thanks for watching. Don't miss the Today.
So yeah, so according to Tua, he's not going to retire. He's going to be injured reserve list. Most likely he's going to come back probably later in the year. It depends on how the Dolphins' record is. For far as I know, the Miami Dolphins have no quarterback. So to me, how they look right now, I don't think they're going to make the playoffs. They're done, especially not having the quarterback with Tua and everything. But that was Tua's decision, and he's going to continue playing. So go ahead, Ronnie, man. What's your take, man? According to Tua, that how you feel about him playing, and also how this goes along, with the Miami Dolphins as well.
No, I totally disagree with you. I think Dolphins still have a chance to make it to the playoff and also be, like I said, go to the final when it comes to the aspect of the playoff. Because I look at the Dolphin team, same thing like the Vikings. When you have too many star players on one team, Sam Darnold really not that great of a quarterback, but he was able to pass to Jefferson, and you saw what he did. Same thing with the Miami Dolphins. All they had to do is pass Tyreek and Jalen Water the ball and let them do what they have to do. They would take care of the rest. Like I told somebody recently at my job, I said, on Tua Tagovailoa didn't even need to run the ball. He has so many weapons on the field, he don't have to do anything. That was, to me, it was just pointless for him to run the ball. I don't know what was going through his mind. He's not a running quarterback. Now, if Dolphins do want to run a quarterback, there's one that's available right now in the Carolina Panthers. You already know Bruce Young just got benched. So to me, Dolphins should go and see if they can get him and try to fit him in just for temporary until Tua comes back. And I told somebody too as well. I kind of figured they were not going to they're not going to rule Tua out for the rest of the season because remember, they just gave him like $250,000. Dolphins ain't going to do that. And I told people that they're not going to, They pay that man that money. They're going to make sure he's going to play. So he's gone for 4 weeks. Get a temporary quarterback that's able to feed the ball to your star players, and Dolphins will be fine. They got a game coming. I forgot who they play. I think they got an upcoming game coming. And I still see, even though whoever the quarterback is temporarily, I still see Dolphins winning the game. I don't care whatever the spread is. Dolphins going to be able to win that game. Just pass Tyreek the ball, let A-Chain do his thing, Water do his thing, and pretty soon they're going to have Odell Beckham. Bro, they're going to be unstoppable. I still see them going far in the playoff. This is my opinion. Go ahead, Akeem. Your commentary.
I'm gonna say what the other guy said. I believe he should just retire. This is his 4th career concussion. I had to go back and do some research and looked at the videos and seeing this and that. I say it's over with. It's over with. But I still agree with you too, Ron. I think the Dolphins still have an opportunity. They just need a younger player. Somebody fresh, willing to run that ball and knows how to maneuver himself by not getting hurt. Once a player gets hurt like that, their life expectancy is really pretty much short. And then things there, it's just gonna get hard from here, man. He needs to really make a hard decision. Just get that bread back and just live your life.
Shout out to Kendall. The motherfucker said they play Seattle. Yep. I know they're going to probably be in Seattle. I still see Dolphins pretty much winning the game. Just feed the ball to your star players. They should be fine. Now that shout out to the Chicago Gorillas, who also in the building. Shout out to you, Big Dog. Shout out to you, my father, Ken Dog, is also in the building. Shout out to those watching on Facebook, Instagram, Kick, and also Twitch. Guys, make sure you follow. It's so very important. Go ahead, Jordan.
You know what, Ronnie? I think you might be right. Looking at the schedule, they got Seattle, they got Tennessee, they got New England, they got a bye week. Then they got Indy, they got Arizona, they got Buffalo, they got Los Angeles Rams. Without Tua, with those games I'm looking at, the first, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. First 8 games, they can probably go even on that. And you know what? Yeah. If the Tua could come back by November, they do have a shot. So I changed my mind on that. They do have a shot. Now, when it comes to Tua, this is this decision to make. Ronnie's right. This is paid on $250,000. He's one of the top 5 quarterbacks paid and everything. So, and also, when it comes to Tua, he's a football player. When it comes to stuff like this, I know it gets scary, but when it comes to a football player like him, he said, hey, you want to come back, you want to play as fully as he can. You want to ride with his teammates, you want to ride with the team and everything. So, for the football part of that, I respect. It's just, if you want to keep playing, you got to learn how to protect yourself. You did a great job last year with not getting any concussions whatsoever, and that's how you got paid. Do this, still want to continue to get paid. Like I said, when it comes to if you're gonna run, make sure you slide. Simple as that. Or Rodney is right. You got too many great players. When it comes to the running backs, plus the receivers, you have great players that you can pass the ball to, and also great running backs you can give the ball to. So it's very, very simple as that. So, Tua, we just want to everybody here at Chaos Coast Radio and also the world, especially the Miami fans, you just want to see you safe and play safe. You do not have to, like Sir Rodney said, you do not have to run the ball. You have too many skillful players and quick players. To me, they got the best wide receivers tandem in the league because they're speedy. They're both speedy. Because you got the fastest receivers in the NFL with Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, and also you got really, really fast running backs with David Achane and Rafael Mostert too. They do, like I said, this team is nothing but speed. Simple as that. And that's what he had it back in Alabama. He had speed. So Tua, hopefully you will heal well, you come back healthy, and you do have a chance to make the playoffs by looking at the schedule, and and just play safe. I just feel like that with Tua, maybe not this year or maybe next year, that he might do maybe something stupid, get another concussion. And then if you get another concussion, that's really, really, it's going to be really, really bad. But go ahead, Tua, man. We're all praying for you. Speedy recovery, and hope we'll see you soon.
Yeah, but Hakeem, I know everybody's telling Tua to retire. But nah. He probably would have retired if he never got that deal. But since he got that deal, they're going to make sure he got another 3 to 4 years in him. I promise you on that. Even if they got to bench him. But it's the money. Money talks, baby.
His teammates is going to rally with him, especially the superstar. They're going to rally with him. They want to see him healthy and they want to see him play. They know that he's a good quarterback. So
I don't know. It's just just the way.
I hear Hakeem, like having those many concussions, being that small and the way you getting concussed. Yeah, man. And
start running the football.
Yeah.
Start running the football. The same thing when it was the Bengals, when it's the same thing Thursday night, running the football. You're not a running quarterback. Stay in the pocket. That's what you got O-line for, to protect you. So do what you need to do. Start running the football. Now, to me, he got to get a number from Mahomes. Mahomes is the same person. Mahomes stay in the pocket. He only run when he really run, and then he runs straight to out of bounds. So, to me, Tua need to be on that same route. He need to learn from the great Mahomes. But stop running the football. Even Sam Darnold, which I'm shocked to say, Sam Darnold, that was it. Like, when you have so many weapons on the field, you shouldn't be running that football. Anyhow, moving forward, the money. Jordan, what's going on with the money? It's money all day, every day. What's going on with the money?
Let's talk about it. So, on this segment of financial topic, talk about the money, we're going to talk about how financially prepare for an emergency when it comes to the emergency savings. So this is very, very important. I don't know if it's like with the average American, they don't have $500 saved up in their account and everything. So when it comes to emergency, when it comes to, your car breaking down or a natural disaster or something like that, you're going to need some type of emergency money to get you up and get you in. But now enough being said, Hakeem played a clip from Yahoo Finances, which I love to see, love to get their clips from because they always have good financial topics. So after that,
Yahoo Finances, getting back to the fundamentals with our theme week, Investing 101, 5 rules to build wealth. Today, we give you the second rule. Be ready for any emergency. We have 2 experts with us to give you some actionable tips to prepare your finances for unforeseen circumstances. I'm joined now, you see them on screen, David and John Auten-Schneider, hosts of the Living Not So Fabulously podcast. Thank you both for joining me. Let's get into this. Let's dive into some of the possible emergencies here. I mean, recent labor market data showed fewer job openings and fewer jobs being added, causing some workers to worry about potential layoffs. What actionable tips would you give someone who may experience job loss?
Yeah, exactly. Thank you for having us. Yeah, people are feeling a little bit anxious right now at this time. So the first step that we recommend folks do is to administer triage. Get crystal clear on the state of your finances and try to get some more control over your finances. A great and simple way to do that is to download digital apps to your bank, your credit union, your credit cards onto your phone so you can monitor your balances, as well as you want to be able to set it up so you can easily move funds fast if you need to, if things get a little critical for you. The next thing you want to do is to start to take action now. What are those lenders or what are those bills that you can maybe negotiate more friendly payments, such as reducing or delaying payments a little bit? And who are the lenders I'm going to call if I need to maybe have that discussion about forbearance?
Now, what about a potential recession? How would you advise someone to rearrange their finances in that scenario?
I think that one of the important things to remember is that when we hear about recessions is to get in front of the whole idea of the potential of a market downturn or a recession. It's important to take a look at your portfolio and say, is it still in alignment with my values and my goals and my time horizon, or does it need adjustment since the last time? I think one of the other things to remember is that you're in a long-term, hopefully in a long-term relationship with your portfolio. And the average recession lasts about 17 months. Recessions since World War II have averaged about 10 months. And it only takes about 4 months for the average market recovery to happen. So if you are sticking with your true values and your principles of your portfolio, you most likely can ride this out.
Now, one of your recent guests, Patrick L. Riley, he's a TV producer and author. He's shared his experience in an emergency and not being quite prepared. I want to play this for our viewers real quick.
It was instantly overwhelming. It was instantly paralyzing. There was shame. There was embarrassment because by this time in lockdown, we were in pandemic at that time.
Right.
I had adjusted a lot of my work to be virtual. So the idea that I'm working virtually and I now don't have a home to work in put a lot of stress on me.
No doubt.
I had home insurance, but I had let it lapse. This happened inside this very window. It was a different gaze for me to be in need, to be vulnerable, to not have the answers figured out.
Right.
A lot of that savings that I had that might have helped me breathe a little bit better had already been spent because we'd already been in pandemic for a year.
Right. Yeah.
And I had lost a lot of the revenue I was going to get from what was a second leg of the book tour, all canceled because of pandemic.
I got to know, what were some of your key takeaways from this conversation with Patrick Riley?
Yeah, I think the key takeaway was just his resiliency. He was just really, really strong in the moment because he was in the middle of the pandemic like we all were, but then he had to deal with this house fire. The other thing that we took away from is one of our recommendations for folks who find themselves to be laid off is figure out what your payment plan is going to be if you've got to really stretch your dollars further. So we suggest that folks put their finances before the layoff even happens or an emergency happens. What are the bills that you must pay? What are the bills that you should pay? And then what are those bills that you're open to negotiating to pay? That way you have a strategy. If you find yourselves in a hard situation, you know exactly what your action plan is going to be.
And David, want to get your takeaways as well.
Well, I think that, again, here, it's important to remember to have a crystal clear picture of what your financial life looks like. And that will help you to be able to make decisions, especially in an emergency or in a short time frame. You can quickly say, I understand what are the proper moves for me right now. And that's why it's important to always have your thumb on what is going on with my finances so you can stay ahead of events like this.
Thank you so much for joining us here. Looking forward to much more from David and John Schneider. They've got more great guests coming on the show, including Out Leadership.
Yeah, so you talk about, how, basically how to save, when it comes to, emergency, as in we comes for a recession, which, some people think we're in right now. And also when it comes to after the pandemic as well, there was a time, where a lot of people couldn't get their unemployment because, here in California, it was so backed up that, millions and millions of people apply for unemployment and they didn't get their unemployment like, closer to like 3 months, almost to a year and everything. And some people didn't have no money, no emergency money, just to stretch out for a couple of months. Once, when the pandemic happened, they ain't really had no emergency money just to stretch out, months and months when it comes to rent, bills, all that type of things, to really prepare for some things like that. Also with natural disasters, because like in Florida, you have hurricanes. Here, we have earthquakes. We never have a major earthquake yet, but when it comes to major earthquakes, for me and my wife and everything, we gotta have some type of emergency fund to last for something and somehow. And having emergency savings fund is so much important. So, but other than said in that, go ahead, Hakeem, man. What's your take on when it comes to the emergencies, either natural disasters or recessions or pandemic? What's your take on it?
Wonderful, man, brother. You picked another great topic, and I know we talked about this plenty of time here. Emergency fund is necessary. We have unforeseen things that happen, health, car troubles, and stuff like that. So if you don't have any savings, you put yourself in a disadvantage. You know what I mean? I think, was it you or Ron that said that statistically only people have $700 in their bank account?
Not
Ron, you.
even. Not even.
So with that being said, so we're at a disadvantage. So it's
Yep.
just important to try to put 3 months of your savings up to be able to prepare for anything that's going to happen.
Not only that, but shout out to Hassan, that's also in the building. Blessings upon you. Not only that, shout out to Ashton Williams, the creator of the Sightseer Adventures, is also in the building. What's going on, big dog? Ash, hey, what's going on, darling? Great to see you. It's always great to see you. It's always great to see you. Thank you guys for always tuning in, always coming by and showing us love and support. We really do greatly appreciate it. Now, emergency fund is something I'm very big on. Like I just recently had a car trouble, and I was able to pay that situation off because the simple fact is I had an emergency fund set aside. Sometimes the best way to stay up for me, my strategy is the best way to do emergency fund is pretty much is to use your check and whatever you have left over, put like 10 or 15% away and do not even touch it in case of emergency. So like Hakeem stated, like if you have car trouble, you behind on your rent, behind on your bill, or you behind on anything else, you always have that fund that you can be able to use. Even when it comes to the aspect of going to the doctor or going to the hospital. Because sometimes you may be sick and you don't have you don't have your insurance card with you, but that emergency fund can help you out temporary until your insurance sometimes reimburse you. Because some insurance, even though you didn't use them, they sometimes you can put in a note, let them know like, hey, situation occurred, and sometimes they'll reimburse you. Because that happened to me several times before. So I would say that emergency fund is so very important. But the best way they say to have emergency funds to save up is to 6 to a year set aside. Based on how much you get on your income, set it aside, continue to build it. And not only that, and also a great way to build it as well, put in like in a stock that you know that's gonna give you a monthly dividend. Of course, it's not financial advice, but you can put in a stock that normally give you monthly dividend and also can increase it. Because sometimes leaving it in your savings account may not be a lot because some savings account give you 0.1%. That way it's also good to put in a high yield savings account, which probably give you more for your buck. Shout out to Dave Ramsey for that because I actually learned that from him. So it is true. It works. I have an emergency fund, my own personal experience. I have an emergency fund right now in a high yield savings account and continue to grow every single month. So that method does work. Shout out to PH Diva that's also in the building. Supreme God's PH Diva is in the building as well. Yeah. One thing that comes true is that emergency fund come off the top, pay yourself first. That's a fact. Before anything. Go ahead, Jordan.
Great points for both of you guys. And I'm gonna say that when it comes to relationships, marriage, relationships, whatever, there's down there, but when you're in a relationship, there's a little bit of cushion you have there, especially if both of you work and everything. So for emergency savings funds, it's usually up to if there's two people, it's up to 6 months. For me and my wife, we still like to be careful. We like to save for a year since we have our daughter and everything. When it comes to if it comes to car trouble, we might have something to saved up, but if there's something we can pay with a credit card, and we just pay later, we do that as well. I remember earlier this year before I had my daughter, I had a little car trouble. I had to get a new radiator for my car, which is no big diggy. I had to use the credit card, and I paid it off in 2 months and everything. But when it comes to important stuff like a recession, when it comes to natural disasters, or just anything. Anything, like I said, people don't think anything can happen in a day. Something can happen tomorrow. Car troubles can happen tomorrow. I might have a major earthquake tomorrow because like I said, here in California, you're supposed to have a major earthquake coming up real soon. So luckily, I got earthquake insurance that comes from my apartment and everything, and also we have money saved up and everything. So it's very, very important because anything can happen during the day, tomorrow, the next day, next week, next month, whatever. Something might happen that you're gonna probably jump in your emergency savings funds. Either you save in your account, you put it in the stock, wherever you do. You pull it out, use it, and you save it back up again. Simple stuff like that. So, it's very, very important, very, very important. Especially to these our millennials and Generation Zs, because it just feels like when it comes to money, we do not want to save. We don't want to save. You don't have no money. Either you gotta get. If you live in an apartment, you either gonna get kicked out. You gotta move with a friend, move back with your parents, or or try to get a roommate or something like that. So please, to our millennials and Generation Zs, there's nothing wrong for saving for yourself when it comes to the emergency savings fund. Once you start saving money, 6 months to, like I said, 6 months to a year, so if you're by yourself, or or 6 months if you're with a couple, I'm telling you, it will be easier when it comes to important stuff that you probably need to pay off. You'll have it right and ready, and you don't have to worry about the thing. But to save it again in the next couple months, you'll be good to go. So please, millennials and Generation C's, save your money. It will help you in the long run.
Yeah, not only that, but shout out to White House, who's also in the building. He said, "Cash is king." Yep, and credit is queen. That means you're supposed to use credit. Get it? Well, some people don't get it. Whatever, because some of you're supposed to use women. Women are supposed to be there to help you out. That's credit. Well, whatever. Hip hop, Jordan. What's going on in the hip hop world?
All right, let's go. Let's talk about the hip hop. Let's talk about Eve. So Eve, the rapper, she came out with her new memoir called "Who's That Girl." I believe this came out this week, and she's promoting it. Around podcasts and also radio stations and everything. And there was one part in the memoir. Also, Hakeem, this clips come from Breakfast Club, so just be prepared to make the audio just to let you know. And she talked about what I'm a part of the memoir, how back in the late '90s, and how she was turn to a stripper and go into the rap game, and how she talked about Jay-Z, and Jay-Z told us like, hey, when it comes to female rap at the time, a lot of female rappers don't really even make it out like that, really make it out and be big as they are today. Back there, you're gonna have a very, very few. You're gonna have Little Kim at the time, who was major, and Fox, Foxy Brown, Little Kim, Salt and Pepper a little bit, and that's really it. Who's big like that, and at that time in the late '90s and everything. But once Eve came out, then Trina came out, and more female rappers came out at the time as well. And she said how she used that as motivation, as a lot of female rappers really don't make it big, and unfortunately she used that as motivation, and she did have a really good successful career as a rapper at her era of the time and everything. So with that being said, let's hear from Eve herself. So go ahead, Hakeem. Make sure his audio is coming from Breakfast Club. So we're gonna play the clip for you guys, and after that we'll chop it up.
Part in the book is unbeknownst to Jay-Z, he put a battery in your back.
Yeah.
Early.
Yes. It's funny because that was one of those things that we were like, do we put this in there? Because I know how people get, but it's nothing bad about that. It's one of those things where it was a very amazing phone call that I needed. That was one of those, I always felt like I was the underdog anyway. And he wasn't saying it out of malice or mean. That wasn't about that. It was facts. Really.
It felt like he was trying to temper your expectations.
Yes, exactly. But I was like, okay, let me see. I'm going to show you. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good, and it went on to be fine. But and like I say in the book, we all have that person, that something, no matter what industry or whatever. You know what I'm saying? We all have that thing, or someone says something they don't even fucking know that you're like, okay, I'm gonna use that, no problem.
Another good part in the book is unbeknownst to
So there you go. That was Eve. How she's explaining how Jay-Z gave her a phone call about how the rap game was for women at the time. How there was very very few female rappers at the time who made it big, and now 2024 it's nothing but women here who taking over the hip hop game and everything. So like I said, Eve had a very very illustrious career. When it comes to her, she had about four albums, I believe, and everything, and she held her own. During that time when it was heavy, men rappers at the time, because at the time you had Lil Wayne, you had DMX, you had Ice Cube. It was just very Eminem, 50 Cent. There's a whole bunch of male rappers at the time who was really big and heavy at the time. And it shows that Eve held her own at the time. So go ahead, Ronnie, man. Where's your take? Back at that time, when female rappers was not that big, and how Eve held her own around the time where there was so many big, heavy male rappers at that time.
No, I'm gonna be honest. I don't really know too much backstory when it comes to aspect of Eve, but one thing I do know, like she was a hustler, especially in New York. People talked about her a lot when it came to the rap game. I think Trainer mentioned her several times. Nicki Minaj mentioned her several times. Even Little Kim had respect for Eve at that time as well, because Little Kim was around at the same time Eve was around. Uh, Female rappers came a long way. And then for not only that, but now female rappers are now, especially in this generation, they're able to capitalize off their fame, pretty much creating their own clothing line, creating their own lip gloss line, nails, perfume, you name it, all throughout the work. So shout out to her because she was in the time where it was very hard for women, especially female rappers, because they looked down upon them, and yet they were still able to go out there and do their music, stay still able to be among Jay-Z, Biggie, Tupac, all the greats around the 90s, head into the 2000s. So I think women artists gonna continue to develop, and they're gonna continue to do new things. And I think a lot of these pioneers, I would say a lot of people don't get pioneers to the people that actually struggle, like the Eve and the Kim, because them girls really struggle at the time where they was not even respected. Guys used to look at them and just to pretty much turn the other way. But for her to do what she's doing now, and now for that, for her to get recognition for all her hard work is highly commendable from the industry. And I think there's more to come for these female artists, such as Eve. So good job to her, and I hope she continues to do what she got to do to capitalize off her name. Shout out to our narrating and dialogue. What's going on, my brother? Go ahead, Hakeem.
For me is Jay-Z has said something that is like an open secret. A lot of female rappers' success rate are very slim to none. You know what I mean? I don't know if it's the momentum or if them trying to have a separate life out of that, but some of them tended to burn out. So what he was just saying, and which Eve done, to expand your horizons, get into a field where it's a little bit more. You know what I mean? She had a hit show. You know what I mean, that ran well. She started businesses. Those were more than. But to be a female rapper that is consistent, we haven't seen one. Everybody we known fell off. I think the only two we know that are really like that is what, Kim and Foxy, or and Nicki.
Nikki, and not only that, Cardi B too as well.
Yo, I wouldn't even say that because she only put out one album in the last 8 years. Like,
So you going by album? You're not going by like singles?
No.
Okay. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, for me, I think what helped her a lot about being big too is also being the Rough Riders Entertainment. Because remember, in the group you had DMX, you had Jadakiss Deluxe, you had Swiss Beats. You had that whole crew. And at the time, Rough Riders was like I said. You had DMX, who was the main one. Then you had Jadakiss Deluxe, and also Eve in there too. So I really feel like her being a Rough Rider really helped her a lot in everything, because you don't see a lot of groups like that has like a female rapper like that. I can't really think of one like that. And her being with Rough Rider really helps out and everything. Being on tour with them. Also help her promote and everything. And Eve, like I said, she did have her own. With her first album was really good. Our second album I think it was really good. And just going on to see her, keep building her platform as being a rapper. I think she is she is a legend. A legend when it comes to female rappers and everything. I don't think she's, I don't think she's like top female rappers. I think, I'll put her in my, would I? I got to think about that to see if I put her in my top 5 what's the female rappers. That's a list I really got to think about. But other than that, just to see her hold her own in the dominated men's rappers, especially around that time, she did her thing. And I got to tip my hat off to her about that, because you really can't say a lot of female rappers can really have that on around that time when you have big time stars, Ludacris, Nelly, 50 Cent, The Game, DMX, Lil Wayne. You just so many people, rappers who was really heavy at that time. You can see Eve was still kind of in the mix heading around. So shout out to Eve on that. And remember, guys, he has a new book. Who's That Girl? Eve. And you go to check out her book, read her the book. I believe it's on Amazon. You listen to it and see what's up with that.
Not only that, but shout out to No Chasers that's also in the building. Hey, dialogue, my bad. Sometimes my French come out sometimes when I be talking. Cause I be talking fast sometimes. I gotta slow down, but my apologies
Narrative
for
and
butchering your
dialogues is
name.
good, baby.
Yeah, but yeah, I be talking so fast, and sometimes I be, now I sip a lot of water because I be talking fast. Cause y'all don't understand, podcast is a lot of work, my dude. To keep that energy going is a lot of work. Shout out to Bomb Cherry that's in the building. Bomb Cherry
Ooh,
Juice is in the building. Yeah, Eve
beautiful.
was hot.
The beautiful
E-
Bomb Cherry. What's up,
Eve was
gorgeous?
hot and also beautiful as well at the same
Yeah.
time. So yeah, I think you guys are already aware. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that notification bell on the right hand side. Right now, we're about to get ready to deep dive into different variety of topics. I think, guys, you already know what time it is. Pretty much, this show is gonna be all about P Diddy. I think everybody's aware of what's going on. So this is Panel Wednesday. So I can go ahead and drop the link to allow the people to come and come
Hey,
on. And guys, make sure y'all keep y'all language a bare minimum, please. If it's not bare minimum, we will drop you. No hesitation. Sorry, guys. I ain't want to
this,
do that, but
this
we
is a
will drop you.
Christian-based channel.
Keep it bare minimum. Fair enough. Go ahead, Hakeem. You can drop the link.
All right.
All right. Let's get it on. Let's get into this topic. So, we all heard a big shocker a couple days ago. It happened Monday night.
And I came also dropping on Facebook as well. So people on
Yeah.
Facebook can come on my channel, Jordan channel, all over. Make sure everybody, so that everybody can come up.
Yes, sir. But yeah, everybody heard. The news came out right after that show that Diddy has finally been arrested and he's been indicted for charges for racketeering and also for racketeering, sex trafficking, and also transported for prostitution. So we got some of the whole story back in December. The big lawsuit came out from Cassie, the civil suit for courts from Diddy, which Diddy paid her, and after that civil suit, it just opened up a big can of worms. We see multiple people put up civil suits against Diddy. 6 months ago, we also saw his house get ready from here in Los Angeles, also in Miami at the exact same time. And that Homeland Security was actually doing the search, and really getting into looking for videotapes that he had and confiscated and everything. And now after that 6 months, they was doing a thorough research, and they finally made a decision. To get Diddy and get him in charges. So I believe Diddy, he put up his house up in LA for collateral. I don't know if he sold out yet here in LA. And also I think he put out Miami house for sale as well. I'm not 100% sure, but I think he put his house up for sale too. So because he's trying to get a lot of money, because he knows he's gonna play here so many months of lawyer debt and everything. And also I believe that yesterday he wanted to post bail, $50 million bail, to bail him to get bailed out. But the first judge denied his claim, saying that said, "Do you live near?" No, I don't. I live in this city, narrated dialogues. But anyways, lost my train of thought. So yeah, Diddy post up his house here in LA. I think it's sold, and Diddy's trying to build, collateral, try to build money, because when it comes to this case, especially with the feds, he's trying to, really, really bid this case. So yesterday, he tried to go for bail, $50 million. Bail was denied. Judge was saying that, even though that Diddy will return, he will forfeit his passport. The judge think that, if they let him out of bail, that, he will, fly out of the country. And also, I believe Diddy, he's trying to sell his jet too. I'm not 100% sure, but I think he's trying to sell his jet. So like I said, Diddy's trying to build, build money, build all this collateral, so you'll have enough money to, to fight this case and everything. So go ahead, Hakeem, play the first clip, the Fox News, and also I'll give out more information as well.
Fox News alert. The world-famous Sean Diddy Combs is expected to be arraigned on federal charges this morning following a grand jury indictment.
Now, right now, the embattled rap mogul is in custody after he was arrested last night in the lobby of a luxury Manhattan hotel.
And Todd Pyro has the story for us. Hey, Todd.
Hey, good morning to all of you. The indictment against Diddy will be unsealed this morning, and that according to the U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of New York. Homeland Security actually taking the lead on this case. The charges against the embattled rap mogul not yet revealed. His attorney, though, telling the New York Times he believes Diddy is being charged with racketeering and sex trafficking. Diddy's lawyer giving a statement to Fox News Digital saying, quote, "We are disappointed with the decision to pursue what we believe is an unjust prosecution of Mr. Combs by the U.S. Attorney's Office. He is an imperfect person, but he is not a criminal." To his credit, Mr. Combs has been nothing but cooperative with this investigation. He looks forward to clearing his name in court. Now, his homes in Los Angeles and Miami were raided back in March in connection to a federal human trafficking investigation. The rapper also has several sexual misconduct allegations against him, all of which he has denied. Back over to you.
All right, Todd, thank you very much.
This is a long time coming.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, we've heard about this for the longest time. This case looks huge. They got the video footage from his house, his mansions. You got the accusations flying. So, and I guess he came to New York knowing this was going to happen.
Yeah, let's bring in criminal defense attorney Lexi Rigdon to talk about this. Lexi, last November, his ex, her name is Cassie Ventura, sued him for sexual assault, rape, domestic violence, and sex trafficking. The next day, though, that lawsuit was settled. A few others came out accusing him of different things as well. And then last May, that video surfaced of him with his ex-girlfriend, Cassie Ventura. And I believe that was the video in the hotel, right? That's in front of the elevators. Yeah, what do you think is going to happen, and what will we learn when the indictment is unsealed today?
Well, Ainsley, we're going to learn a lot more when the indictment is sealed, especially what people really want to know is exactly what he's being charged with. But to your point about all of the information that came out of him, I mean, this was a meteoric fall from grace. I mean, he was an impresario. He was involved in the hip hop community. He became obviously very wealthy, and he knew that this was coming down the pike. First of all, the lawsuits started hitting, then his houses started getting raided, and now he's selling off his shares of various businesses. His very expensive mansion in California is up for sale. So he's clearly been preparing for this and did come to New York with the understanding that he was going to be arrested, which I can't even imagine how he must have felt about that, sitting in that hotel room in New York. But today we're going to be able to find out exactly what he's charged with, which I think will be racketeering, just like his attorney said, racketeering, potentially violations of the Mann Act, which is transferring somebody across state lines for illegal sexual activity. And those are reminiscent of what R. Kelly was charged and ultimately convicted with. So this is kind of similar to what happened in the past with him.
So, Lexi, this is not the first time they've tried to go after Diddy. But what ends up happening is that the witnesses suddenly go away. Does that mean that it is different this time? I mean, we had a 3-house raid. You had Florida, you had New York, and you had California. So does this mean that this time that the Fed finally has cooperation from witnesses?
I think it is different this time. First of all, I think that the civil cases, which were explosive with the allegations, really brought to focus his behavior. Right. And then one of those lawsuits by a former male assistant actually has a lot of pictures and a lot of video that was referenced in the lawsuit. And so not only do I think they have obviously witnesses who are cooperating, but they also have evidence to support these charges. That was a very detailed and disturbing and surprising lawsuit that was filed by his former male assistant.
Yeah, and Ainsley was talking a moment ago, Lexi, about Cassie, his longtime girlfriend. She sued him. He settled the next day. Then 5 more people came out of the woodwork and also sued him, but they decided not to settle. They decided they were going to fight it in court. And then you come upon these home raids, and it wasn't the local cops, it wasn't the FBI, it was Homeland Security investigations that a lot of people have never even heard of, but they're the ones who investigate sex trafficking cases. That's a unique unit, and that's why they essentially came out with bazookas.
Right, and these are federal crimes. Obviously, the Mann Act is a federal crime. And then the sex trafficking. And there could also be potential for a lot of those lawsuits referenced rampant drug use and weapons. One of Cassie's allegations was that he forced her to hold a gun in her purse. I mean, so there could be also potentially a narcotics and firearm aspect to this as well.
All right, what about Homeland Security? Why are they leading this case?
Homeland Security is usually in charge federally of investigating human and sex trafficking cases. So that's just standard operating procedure for why they were there. But it just shows how seriously this has been taken after those lawsuits brought to light. And I think had they not been filed, there wouldn't have been the media attention and there wouldn't have been the substance for the feds to take a look under the hood and say, gee, there's something seriously wrong with this guy. And this isn't his first brush with the law. Nope. I mean, he was acquitted in 1999 of a nightclub shooting, which involved J-Lo, which was a very sensational story. So,
we remember.
He's in a world of trouble.
Right, but he's got a lot of money. He's got a lot of lawyers. We'll see what happens. Lexi, thanks so much.
Thank you, Lexi. His lawyer said he's disappointed. Daddy's a music icon. Diddy is a music icon, loving family, a philanthropist, adoring his children, imperfect, but he is not a criminal. Please reserve your judgment until you have all the facts. He's an innocent.
Fact. He do. He has a lot of money. A lot of money, a lot of power. They won't be able to stop him.
Yeah, so like I said, he's really building collateral to fight this case. Like I said, he's trying to sell his houses. I believe he tries to sell his jet and everything. And remember, you guys, he came to New York, I believe, last week, and also with the kids and everything. And there was video before that he got before he got arrested, that he was walking around with his kids at the time around New York, and also they going to Central Park and send it down around and everything before he got locked up. So. So basically, Diddy knew, I guess, I don't know, the lawyer gave him a tip that, come to New York, and that's, that's where you're going to get locked up at, the feds is going to pick them up and everything. And right now, I think he went back into court today and also see he could go try bail again, find out that his bail got denied again. So it looks like Diddy's going to be in jail until the trial comes up and everything. So that's how it's looking right now. So go ahead, Hakeem. First of all, I thank you for coming, PhD. We really appreciate you coming. We really appreciate you coming on by. So go ahead, Hakeem. What's your take on this?
I'm gonna let her go before me.
Okay.
Shout out to 90s. That's also in the building. Also, Jonah Hurdham is also in the building as well.
Go ahead, Queen.
Thank you, sir. How y'all doing?
I'm doing well.
Doing good.
Doing well.
Good. Wow, right? So it was a lot because, like they said, they've been trying to get him for a minute, or different people have been coming out and saying he was doing things for a very long time, and they just never had the traction. Their claims never gained traction, and nothing ever happened to him. But I think now, because I actually watched a show where they read the indictment, and so they're bringing up a lot of things that he's done for decades, right? So since 2007, they were citing things that he had done. The other thing that stood out to me when I was watching the person read the indictment was that they talked about the large network of people that was needed for him to carry out this type of thing. And so that means they got a lot of witnesses, right? Because if those people participated, then they could be prosecuted themselves. But because they're the small fish, they usually come and say, okay, we want you to testify or be a witness in exchange for us not for immunity or, not being prosecuted. Then you also got Cassie, who could testify, right? That video probably might be admissible. I don't know. I'm not a judge, so I don't know if it's admissible. But Dawn Richards, who he worked with, came out and said he did the same stuff to her. So she could be a potential witness. The male that filed the suit against him could be a potential witness. So it's going to be very difficult for him to dig himself out of this because typically the feds won't even charge you until they know they got your ass by the balls, right? So it'll be interesting to see how it all plays out. But I think that it's just very important, watching him, watching R. Kelly, watching what's the other guy, Bill Cosby. Black men have to understand, no matter how much money you have, no matter how much fame and notoriety you have, no matter how much power you think you have, them folks always come in and grab you by the scruff of your neck whenever they get ready to. And so they need to behave in a way to where they're not, giving them the damn rope to hang.
Shout out to Mr. Muhammad, that's also in the building. Shout out to you, big brother, for coming through, showing love and support. Go ahead, I came your commentary.
I believe 100% what you say. I also want to touch in. She just eloquently said this, but I wanted to say this too. Like, men with means are able to carry things like these out. Men with means, and I do think it goes back to a perspective that we need to understand. And this is something that I was telling people today at my workhouse. I said, you could be talking to somebody from another state on Instagram and tell her to come to Miami. That's sex trafficking. Flying
Yes, it is.
flying an Instagram girl in, that's sex trafficking.
It is.
Like she gets in the room, things go a little haywire. Y'all shake something and she go back home. She still didn't like what's going on. It's a crime. So, you got to be careful. This is why I say that if you married, if Diddy had got married 20 years ago and his deviancy was controlled, he wouldn't be in this mess right now. But, when you got so much money, like regular sex don't mean nothing no more. It's time for freak offs. Serious freak offs.
Now, shout out to Shiesty Bum. That's also in the building. But to be honest with you, Hakeem, PhD, even Jordan, I still see PD still winning this case. I think this is gonna be like one of the cases like they had back in the '90s with the OJ Simpson trial. Pretty much, he's gonna get high, powerful lawyers, and he's gonna win it. He's gonna win it, and he's gonna win on top. I told Hakeem and Jordan a long time ago when it first started. The problem with P Diddy, he should have never settled with Cassidy. I kept telling people that he should have never settled. Because soon as he settled, that opened a whole heap of worms. Now everybody think it's an opportunity for me to come out to get some money and to dispose of him on Diddy. Now we see him at a weak, vulnerable state. And I think that's a mistake here. I think he knows in the back of his mind he made. But I understand he sat with his legal team and felt it was the right decision to make. And I think it was the wrong decision to make. He should have took her behind to jail. Not to jail, but to court. Because remember at that time they didn't really have too much evidence. It was pretty much she say, he say. There was not enough evidence. Now there's people coming out and say we got this, you got this, you got this. But a lot of people that's saying stuff according to those indictments, a lot of stuff got overturned. I think you just recently the guy that sued P. Diddy for $1 million, the judge has recently just overturned that case and say no, P. Diddy won. You get what I'm saying? So that was pretty much gonna happen. This man, he saved up a lot of money and he's selling a lot of his assets. This is gonna be a serious battle. And of course they say the reason why his bail was denied today, because of the simple fact they are afraid that he's gonna harass the witnesses. They don't want that to happen. Because they know how powerful he is. Go ahead, Jim.
I want to say this too, Hakeem. So going to Roddy's point, I have a clip for that. Hakeem first played the clip of him with his kids. and also played two clips with the feds talk about they have, his sex parties also having the videos as well, confiscating his videos.
2, 3. I'm not lying. Oh, it's beautiful. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. It was really nice meeting you guys. 1, 2, 3. I'm not lying. Oh, it's beautiful. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. It was really nice.
As part of this investigation, in March of this year, special agents from HSI executed search warrants at Combs' residences in Miami and Los Angeles. They also executed a warrant for Combs' electronic devices. During those searches, agents seized evidence of the crimes charged in this indictment. They seized firearms and ammunition, including 3 defaced AR-15s and a large capacity drum magazine. They also seized evidence of the freak-offs, electronic devices that contain images and videos of the freak-offs with multiple victims. And they seized cases of the kinds of personal lubricant and baby oil that Combs' staff allegedly used to stock hotel rooms for the freak-offs. As part of this investigation, in March of this year, special agents from HSI executed search warrants at.
And there's another one on the bottom too. Just wanted to
Take that deal, Diddy. Take that first deal smoking.
Shout out to Ruthless Shoe that's also in the building.
Take that 15 years and walk away.
Nah, he's not gonna take it. I think he's gonna walk out free. But go ahead. That's just my personal beliefs. He's too powerful. Let me see.
Were made about Combs' crimes. He and others pressured witnesses and victims to stay silent, including by making phone calls to witnesses and victims and giving them a false narrative of what they had experienced. And as alleged, Combs used others to help conceal his. As part of this investigation, in late 2023, after public allegations were made about Combs' crimes, he and others pressured witnesses and victims.
I know it's hard to believe that PhD was very powerful. Go ahead, Jordan.
I want to say this too, going back to Ronnie's point. So going to Ronnie say he can win this case. The thing is about that, Ronnie, if he's gonna win this case, that means a lot of people from the music industry is gonna come out that we don't know, that we haven't addressed yet. There's a lot of people who's gonna be in their tapes who's gonna come out. We don't know. It could be as high. It could be big time rappers we know for years and years and years. So this case is gonna be nice. This case is gonna be juicy, and I'm telling you, a lot of people from the music industry is definitely gonna come out, because we know there's a lot of people who went to the Diddy parties, maybe doing something they're not supposed to do, and it's gonna come out. It's gonna be leaking, and it's gonna be leaking. I don't know how long this trial's gonna be, but we're gonna see a lot of people come who's in that Diddy, who's in the footage, and they're gonna be leaking. So we're gonna be like, yo, we're gonna see some people that be doing some stuff that we might be surprised at or not surprised of what's going down in the Diddy party. But go ahead, Ruthless Shoes, man. What's your take on it?
Oh, no, hold on. Let me respond on that point before Ruthless go. Hold on, Ruthless, before I go. Let me just respond on this one point. How long was the O.J. Simpson trial, if y'all can remember? How long was that trial?
That was almost a year.
Yeah.
Like a year, right?
Almost.
Yeah.
Almost.
The same thing gonna be a P. Diddy. It's gonna be a year. And mind you, O.J. Simpson is not even that powerful the way P. Diddy was. O.J. Simpson was the American hero in football. P. Diddy is like the empire in the music industry. Think about it. And not only that, when it came to his freak off and his Miami parties in LA and Miami party in Miami and also in LA and New York, mind you, a lot of presidents went there, a lot of celebrities went there, movie stars, basketball players, football players. Trust me, he got the beans on everybody. This is gonna be a serious case. I don't think it's gonna be as quick as people think it's gonna be. Trust me, this man have evidence on everybody.
Take the deal,
including your favorite Barack Obama. He actually joined one of his events as well. Barack Obama was there too as well, and TD Jakes. Okay. I'm telling you, he got information on everybody. Go ahead.
That's fine, but so you keep likening it to the O.J. Simpson trial, but there's a huge difference, right? Because the O.J. Simpson trial was the city of Los Angeles versus O.J. Simpson, right? right? This is the U.S. government versus. So there's a very different.
but
No,
even though it was the U.S. government, but the U.S. government also joined his event. But go ahead.
So having a state trial and a federal trial are two very different things.
Oh, PhD, you speaking my reason today, girl.
And I want to add this to PhD, and the thing is, and PhD, I want to add this too when it comes to the O.J. Simpson trial. The lawyers that I have that was running O.J. Simpson trial, the prosecutors, they sucked. They sucked. They didn't do their job, and that's why the lawyer what's his name? Damn, what passed my mind.
Johnny Cochran. Johnny Cochran. The late Johnny Cochran.
Johnny Cochran was easy for him. It was easy.
And
I just want to set that up.
No, but I'm just saying it's gonna be a serious case. Shout out to Mimi, that's also in the building. The code to the Shiesty Avenger. Shout out to her for being here, even though she's late. Shame on you. But go ahead, PhD, but then Ruthless, you could go. My bad. I just want to spawn on that point with Jordan. But go ahead, PhD, but then Ruthless. Go ahead.
Right. So very different when the feds are on your ass than when the state is on your ass, right? The other thing is they talked about the staff having to set up hotel rooms, right? So they put all the 1,000 bottles of baby oil.
To me, everybody knew what it was, and a lot of them signed non-disclosure agreement form. You know.
Why you keep cutting me off?
Because I thought you was finished your point. Go ahead.
I was saying they put 1,000 bottles of baby oil in there, but so what that? Okay, so they can document where he was at, right? And so to the extent that any of those hotel rooms were outside of his normal state, and to the extent that he was providing drugs to people in order to have them participate in those things, and to the extent that he actually recorded it, right? So we got evidence of this stuff. Baby, I don't think you understand what sex trafficking is.
Somebody even put inside like Weinstein. Same thing. All of them, same thing. And remember, Bougie just recently came out with a comment himself. I don't know, Jordan have the comment. He came out with a comment and said a lot of people in the industry been doing what P. Diddy's doing. That's nothing new. But go ahead, Rufus, shoot my bad. Go ahead, do your thing, and I'll come back on mine. Let Rufus do his before we do that. Go ahead.
This is the first time that me and PhD was agreed on all fronts, right? And I'm a first-hand experience of a federal. My number was 05793-112, right? So I've been all the way to federal trial and lost. All right, I've been in I did over 11 years in the federal system. Do you understand? Do you understand that? I'm a first. No. I mean, I lived it. So this, right? This is a different. This is a different ballpark, right? This is a whole different arena than the state, right? And I'll tell you right now, as a criminal or former criminal, alleged, I'd much rather fight any case, a million cases in the state, than to fight one case in the feds, right? It's just the power dynamics in the federal is so unfair, right? It's totally, it's nothing like this. The U.S. attorney, not the district attorney, the U.S. attorney and the judge are literally golf buddies, right? The jury that they're going to pick, all these jury members that they're going to be picking from are going to be from NAA and NASA, National Rifle Association, NRA. So they're going to be picking from government lobbyists from their jury pool. Their conviction rate is at a 98% rate. Okay? And they spend a lot of resources on the investigation. So they're going to make sure they got everything. And if they come get you, you're 99%, unless you're a rat, unless you're telling, right? You're going to lose. And P. Diddy is going to, I'm just saying, if I was his, attorney, he asked me, P. Diddy, if you hear me, baby, take that 15 and walk out that motherfucker.
No, but Ruthless, let me ask you a question. But there's also been cases that people do beat federal cases though, right?
They got like a 95% conviction
Those
rate.
cases,
Right,
in most cases,
meaning
Okay, but
they usually always win.
most cases
I can't think of none.
hey, those
No,
cases
but
are
I'm
like
saying, go
small
ahead.
cases, no big cases. They're very.
But there's gonna be a big this is gonna be a big cases because like I said, it's a lot of people that's involved. It's just not just P Diddy.
That's what I'm saying, Ronnie. Ronnie, that's what I'm saying. The ones who win, the 5%, the little 3% that win, they're like little bitty cases, itty bitty cases. That like they're like, it's just some. We're talking about they don't lose big cases. That 95%.
Actually,
That
it's
95.
less than that. It's like 1%.
Yeah, that 95%, which is P Diddy falls in. When you're talking about racketeering, this is where they're gangsters. The federal gangsters with that shit. They're gonna run him. His lawyers are gonna be hands gonna be tied. And I'm gonna land this here. Johnny Cochran said, "I'll fight any state case, but I will never fight federal." Johnny Cochran said this himself. Right? This is a statement because he knew that he couldn't win the federal system. This is a whole. You're talking about like PhD said, the state versus such and such. This is the United States of America versus Sean Diddy Combs.
No, but I understand that. But my stance is a lot of people went to his events. That was very powerful. Even rather people can say whatever they want to say. When you have presidents going to your parties and you got high powerful people in your events, you think if I'm the person I say, "Oh, you know I'm gonna do fair time," I start singing to everybody that was in my bed, like, "Yeah, I saw Barack Obama do this, I saw this, and I got video evidence."
But so, Ronnie, I think one thing to understand is going to a P. Diddy event don't mean that you were there for the freak off, right? So,
But how do you know that,
hold
PhD?
on, because so apparently the way he structured his events were that you could come. It was in 3 different sections, right? So if you came there and it was mingling and hors d'oeuvres and drinks and kikiing from say whatever time they start until about 9 or 10 o'clock. Okay, now if you stayed past that, then you was there for some of the scribblers coming out and blah blah blah. But then there was generally most people were leaving by like 1 o'clock. Okay, if you was the people who stayed there past 1 o'clock in the morning, you knew what time it was, right? A lot of them knew what time it was. That's when the freak offs was happening. So everybody who came to one of his events wasn't there for the freak off because they might have left when the strippers came out, right? Or they might have left after the kikiing and mingling was over.
But at the end of the day, we all speculating because we don't know. None of us ever been to a PDD freak off. I never been. I know people that have gone to a PDD freak off, like to his party, but I never been there. So I'm saying you don't know the type of evidence this man have and his presence. We don't know that.
Puffy is not that powerful.
But still, this is the feds. These are the big dogs.
I understand that, but the feds also corrupted as well.
Ronnie, I'm not saying if Diddy's that 1%, he might be that 1%. But the feds don't play.
I'm not talking about everybody. This topic is about P. Diddy. I'm talking about P. Diddy, a man that been around powerful, wealthy people, including the feds. Because the feds pretty much corrupt all around. I would say everybody know the feds corrupt all around. So you think this man that's very valuable, that have all these type of information on certain people, you think that they're gonna want someone like that to be locked up? Just think about it.
That's why Homeland Security raided this house and get the tapes to see who was in who. Well, if
exactly my point of view, exactly,
and see who has those tapes. The thing is, the feds will have plea deals ready for Diddy and ready for them to prepare for that. And the feds will have that ready. I just want to say that.
Yeah, they're gonna try to get him to plea. In fact, they plea out. Most people who charged by the feds never even go to trial, but that's because they so good, right? So over 97% of people plea out.
Yeah, for real. I went to trial though and lost. But
but Rufus, in your defense, do you feel that you had great lawyers though?
Yes. Listen, let me tell you about my case. my case, okay, they found a weapon at the crime scene, right? And it had a fingerprint on it. Right? That was the only thing they linked me to that. They were saying that weapon was mine. They were investigating me for some things my friends did, but we weren't all in the same clique. So they had it. Was I involved in this lifestyle? Yes, but not with these people. It was another people. But anyway, so they brought me in under fictitious indictment under these people. So they said, this is your gun. And they brought these pictures. They took me out to self-fingerprinted me like 2 days in a row. We got up in that courtroom. They said the fingerprint is not his, right? And none of the bank tellers were saying it was me. My lawyer moved to dismiss the case. You know what the judge Real said? His name is Killer Real. He gave over 1 million years, right? He said, we know we don't have no factual evidence, physical evidence, but we believe. Now, on that right there, they sent me to trial. And my whole case was my lifestyle. My home, my luxury items. Where did you get this? And I lost. I'm like, damn, how do you? And when I got out 10 years later, all the lawyers apologized to me because the judge was supposed to throw my shit out. So what I'm saying is the feds are very powerful. I'm not saying that nobody ever wins, but it's rare. Now, can Diddy win? Them tapes are gonna be tough to beat, right? He has a lot. They got the tape of him beat no girl. They're gonna manipulate that jury. I just don't see it.
They speculating anything. They say for the looking thing, it looks like it's gonna be like an all black juror. That's what it's looking at from today.
It won't be all black.
Who said that? They haven't even done the
I was watching somebody that was giving a breakdown on it. They say it seemed like it's gonna probably be an all black jury. That's what they speculating.
Makes absolutely no sense. That makes absolutely no freaking sense.
PhD, but that would never happen in a million years.
Right. That's crazy.
I don't know, but that won't be. I know it won't make no sense, but that would be very interesting if it does.
Especially the federal court, because they're from a different jury pool. They don't like the state where you get in the hood people. You get in top NRA, right? These people are all government like. They have some sort of connection. Those who's going to be picking from. He's most likely going to take that deal. I think he's going to take the deal.
No, but anyway, I think we have more clip to show. But not only that, but shout out to Next Level that's also in the building, and also the King Hitter. The King Hitter show is also in the building. Shout out to you guys. But go ahead, Jordan.
Hakeem, play the clip for the lawyer from today, talking about Diddy from today's court hearing from today.
All right.
So we made a bail appeal to Judge Carter. It did not go our way. The fight continues. We're not giving up by a long shot. I told Mr. Combs I'm going to try and get his case to trial as quickly as possible. I'm going to try and minimize the amount of time he spends in very, very difficult and I believe inhumane housing conditions in the special housing unit of the Metropolitan Detention Facility. And I'm going to do everything that I can to move his case as quickly as possible. I understand that the government has a great amount of electronic devices that they have to download and provide to me, but everything's on the government's timetable, nothing's on the defendant's timetable, and they're going to have to accommodate me and him and give us a quick trial, and I'm going to be pushing for that. He's ready, he's focused. He has been ready to defend this case since he first found out about this case. Nothing has changed from his perspective. I obviously would much prefer to fight this case with him out of jail, and we are going to try to bring that about through additional legal process. But wherever he is, his resolve is the same. He believes he's innocent. I believe he's innocent, and we're going to fight this case with all of our might until we don't have to fight any longer. I'm not really going to take any questions, but at this point, we are moving forward. We're preparing for trial as we speak, and we are considering our next steps and appealing the court's ruling. All right. Thank you all very much. I really appreciate it. You're doing good.
Of course, he don't say that. He can get millions.
Now that Shaji Bomb not just saying stuff, and not only that, dialogue. I guarantee you, I know more law than you expect. I study a lot. Trust me.
Hey,
Trust me.
Hakeem, man, what's your take, man, when it comes to
So I'm not just talking. And the person that said that was DJ Academic. He said that he was live today. He spoke about it. He said it seemed like it's gonna be an all black jury. He actually said it himself. Go check him out, DJ Academic. So I'm just not saying stuff.
No, DJ
But
Academic.
I'm just saying. I say I heard a screamer say it today. That was DJ Academic. So I'm just not just saying stuff. So go ahead. I'm saying that not to you, PD. I'm saying that to Sugar Bump. So she'll know. And in dialogue, I say the same thing. Guarantee you, there's a lot of people that say they know the law and still end up in prison. The Fed is corrupt all around, so it doesn't really matter if you know the law or not. We just doing this for commentary. But go ahead, Jordan.
No, go ahead, PhD. But then I want.
Oh no. I was just wondering, like, how did DJ Academic become an authority? Because he's not involved in any type of federal capacity or anything like that. But I did want to, because I started looking into how likely would it be for a federal jury to be all black, and it's like less than 1%, right? Because they randomly select them, but because black people make up a very small proportion of the overall population, right? And then when they select you, well, when you get the notice to be a potential juror, then they have you fill out a questionnaire, right? I'm pretty sure a lot of people's backgrounds would knock them out of contention for being a juror. And then once you fill out the questionnaire, then they come in and they actually ask you questions, and then they weed more people out. So that the likelihood of the jury being all black is incredibly small.
Yeah, that's. Hey, the lawyer gonna say that. Of course, he's gonna get millions. He really make probably 10 million off this case.
No. P Diddy selling his assets and this and that. No, dialogue. That's good. You have the education. You got a degree for it. That's awesome. But is it helping the black community though? Because black men still going to prison, so it doesn't really matter. But
well, his degree ain't gonna keep y'all from committing crimes.
that's what I'm saying. It don't mean. That's what I'm saying. It don't mean anything. So that's what I'm saying. That's good. That's great. I'm happy. To me, I think everybody should know the law and to embrace the law. But at the same time, we already know. Even Ruthless says so many times, the law is corrupt, regardless of the fact. It is corrupt. But anyhow, I think at the end of the day, this case is going to be a serious case because I think a lot of things are going to be exposed.
It's racketeering. He's facing life sentence potential.
But
that's what I'm saying. He's going to be fine for his life. Go ahead, PhD. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. So you were likening it to OJ Simpson's case. And to me, the case that seems most similar with this is Jeffrey Epstein, right? So he was taking people to an island and trafficking young girls. And so when the feds finally caught up to his ass and put him in jail and wanted to charge him, what happened to him? He ended up dead.
He did.
He died in jail mysteriously, right?
Mysteriously.
And so I don't know. They better keep an eye on Puffy. But so even though, and he was more powerful than Puffy, right? This man had an island, right?
He did.
He had much better connections than Puffy did, right? So he had a royal from England on his island. I think it was her husband. I think it was Prince
it was her. It was her husband.
Right.
It was her. Yeah, you're right.
So this man was much more connected than Puffy is, and they still got on his ass and brought him in.
Yeah, once the federal government steps in and able to contain you, right, and then deny your bail, you aren't as powerful as you think you are.
But can it be a possibility? This is a different generation, though.
No,
Ronnie, it 6 months after the raid. 6 months. It took them 6 months to make sure that this case is nice, clear as possible.
And remember the OJ case, they were rushing. Remember, everything was rushed. They're planting evidence, racial discrepancies, right? The fans took their time. He was trying to run. Diddy was trying to run up out of here. He was trying to get up out of here. And they called him at the airport. Where you going, bro? Oh, man, I was just saying hi to my baby mama. Yeah, get your ass back to the crib, right? Get your ass back to the crib for a minute. Enjoy, get all the pussy you can, whatever you going to do. We finna get this slow, take our time, right? They took their time and did through got everything. They said, okay, got him. So this is a different ball game, man. They made sure that they got their I's and crossed all their T's.
But let me ask PhD something. PhD, were you rooting for OJ Simpson to win the trial? Were you one of the people that was screaming when he won?
No, I wasn't screaming when he won.
Why you capping?
I wasn't.
You wasn't screaming? You was mad?
No, I didn't care one way or the other.
He was a baby.
You didn't care? He was an American hero.
She was a
He
baby.
wasn't my damn hero.
Yeah, he was a baby. PhD was only like 30. How old are you like? PhD was like 30?
Yep.
Yeah, PhD my age. She's 30.
Yeah, so she was PhD
Look,
was
she giggling. You believe you PhD for 30? PhD is 30 though. She's 30.
We just say that.
But PhD, but how you didn't scream when he won? I still remember the kid. I was I was a little boy.
Yeah, you was only wrong. You just screaming because everybody else was screaming.
Right, that's why he was screaming because everybody else was screaming.
Yeah, everybody was screaming.
That's hilarious.
She's like, you scream.
He said his daddy scream. He said, shit, I gotta scream. Yeah.
No, I only did that because it was a major. I only talk about OJ because it was just a major. Because that's gonna be a major trial. It is gonna be a major trial. I think everybody eyes is gonna be watching this trial because remember it's P Diddy. You don't think so?
What federal case have you seen on TV? They're going. It's gag orders. Yeah, it's not gonna be on like the state. You know, they let fans don't let no people in. Oh, you gonna hear about it? Oh well, today, yeah, it's not gonna be no cameras in the courtroom. No cameras allowed in the courtroom. This is a different ball game. It's a different ball game, baby. You playing with the big dog. And this.
Chase say I remember the glove part. He remember the glove part. Like everybody remember the glove part. But yeah, dialogue say they even plant evidence to get him convicted. That's crazy.
Yeah, it was a lot of listen. In the feds, everything is gag orders. And the judge, you gotta remember, the judge appointed for life, so they can whatever they're gonna let the U.S. attorney with whatever they want in, He's gonna have at least right now. P Diddy got at least 15, 20 witnesses that are against him, at least, and they got tapes.
Who do you think? Let me ask you guys a question. Who do you think is gonna be his star witnesses, if you could think of?
Against or for him?
Against.
Oh.
Definitely that girl. You know she's showing up. And
Cassie for sure.
Cassidy, we know Cassidy for sure.
Yes. And then
D Woods, not D Woods, or Don Richards.
Yeah.
Aubrey.
You really think Aubrey? I think Aubrey won't do it. I don't think
Aubrey been talking shit about him for years.
Come on. She ready to stand on business.
No, I think she's trying to be back with P Diddy. That's why she's talking crap. She's trying to get back with him.
She's been talking about him for years, though.
Yeah, but let me ask.
When the feds
go ahead, Akeem.
Hey,
let Rufus go. I want to ask a question.
Hey, when the feds come talk to all the witnesses, they say, hey, there's two ways you can go. You can either help us or we're going to help your ass that cell.
Absolutely.
But let me ask y'all a question. Do you think there's a also accountability on the victims end? And I'm just trying to pose a question, knowing that this is a powerful man, and most men with money, status, and prestige are able to gain or require or request these type of freak offs. A broke man wouldn't have been able to do this. So do you think there's a accountability that takes in on the victim side, knowing that, hey, you heard about the freak offs, but you still signed up to make a couple dollars.
No. So first off, poor men traffic people every day, right? Uh,
Ooh.
they do. Then the other thing is part of the indictment, it talked about how he used various means to coerce people into participating, right? And so some of the means were through drugs, uh, also by threatening their careers, also by physical violence, right? And
Yeah.
so the fact that he was coercing people says that no, it wasn't just because he was rich or whatever. Like, okay, if you got out, if the so some people might have said, "Oh, I don't give a fuck about this this music industry. I don't worry about it. I ain't got to have no career." Okay, well then maybe he used the physical violence against them. You get what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
there was no opting out if he had all of these means at his disposal to force people to do what he wanted them to do.
Mm-hmm. But do you think do you think that it's like a known thing? Like, hey, you go hang with Diddy, you gonna have to drop them draws.
I can't. Why you gotta be? I can't like. I can't. You really like them free calls, huh? You like
No,
that
no,
free call crap.
no. I'm just saying, like, you know what I mean? Like, we've been hearing about this since the 90s. Like, this not known. Like, everybody been saying that. Like, he like to drop his pants in the middle of like, it's a bunch of stuff. Like, so we saying, like, you know what you dealing with when you dealing with a man with money, and you know he don't like regular sex. With that, with over 10 mil, you don't want regular sex no more.
Hey, no, but hold on. This is breaking news. Wait a minute. TDJ's retired?
Who?
Hey, Dialogue. TDJ, where he retired?
Now here,
TDJ's retired?
he said
That's
the
breaking
kids are so
news.
TDJ. No, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. Like, and this is why I say we need to educate our young men and sisters not to be so so enticed by money and status, because you'll walk down this long corridor to a freak off.
See,
It's
I
a
can't stop talking about the free call.
no,
Talking about something. Use a different name. Why you gotta say free call?
my
I
bad.
can't you got a nasty mind, man. You keep going to
No,
this free call,
no,
man.
my bad. Listen. You know, we all come from an epic enclave. Ruthless, all of we on you can't tell me the dope boys of Miami or the high rollers in Los Angeles, the money ain't get these girls to do a couple things, strange things for some things. They knew what they were signing up for. A lot
Hey,
of
Okay,
I
people
change it.
so
Change it. Say you want to see the documentary of P Diddy. But go ahead.
but no, so there's a white model who also alleges that he assaulted her, and and so she said that she participated in some type of fashion event,
Mhm.
and somebody came to her and was saying like, "Oh, Puff Daddy saw you and he thinks you have a great look, he want to help you with his career." And so he had invited her to dinner. Right. So she goes to dinner and it's a dinner with multiple people. It wasn't a one-on-one dinner or whatever. Um and I'm probably forgetting parts of the story. Nevertheless, at some point she says like he offers her some marijuana. I think did he say go back to the studio with him or something to that effect? He offers her some marijuana. She smokes the marijuana because most people smoke marijuana in those circles. But
Yeah.
apparently there was something extra in the marijuana
It
because
was
then
lace.
she said she was unable to basically like control her faculties. And at that point he assaulted her. Now
But do you really believe that story on PhD? Let's be
yes,
honest.
I
Do you believe?
believe it. And this is the thing that we were talking about yesterday with black men. It's like a
Mm-hmm.
motherfucker got to see a bitch putting a knife through a motherfucker heart for y'all to think that these black men are capable of all the shit that we find out they was doing anyway,
And
right?
let me comment.
And so
After you done, I can comment on that.
Yeah,
go
we gotta
ahead. Go
comment
ahead.
that. I gotta comment that. But go
So
ahead.
here's the thing, PhD. Like, for a man that's out here who get falsely accused of everything, get picked up by police. You know what I mean? Prisoner pipeline. So we are skeptical when we hear certain things because we know that somebody could have threw a bag in the car. Somebody could have coerced her to say, yeah, he did these things. Come to find out 10 years later, he didn't do it. I'm not saying that he didn't. I'm not saying that this particular person ain't doing it. But we're so skeptical due to the history of false allegations and running black men to the prison pipeline. We gotta see if this stuff is for real. Is this a real freak off? Is there videos that we can watch? You know what I mean?
Yes,
Hakeem,
that
control
video.
your thoughts.
We
No, but
gonna
I
get you
want
on that
to ask
jury.
PhD a question. PhD, you believe all black men need to be in jail?
Nigga, no. But we gonna get Hakeem on that jury so he can see them tapes.
Nigga, he keeps thinking about the freak off. I'm
That's
like,
why I
bro.
like you, Jimmy Carter.
We gonna
I'm
get
like,
him on
bro,
the
that
jury.
thing is disgusting. Why you want to see man on top of man and stuff?
I'm not saying
Hakeem
I
is
want to see.
crazy in that
I'm
freak
just
off,
saying,
man.
listen. I want to make sure that if he really did this, we're gonna sit him there. But if he's not, I don't want him to go down for something he didn't do.
Hakeem, you know stuff like that. They be wearing masks and stuff during that time. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Exactly, Jordan. Facts.
Like a
Jordan.
masquerade ball. Go ahead, Rufus.
Here's the thing, right? It's who's going to be able to tell the best story, right?
Yes.
That's what it's going to come down to. Is your defense team going to be able to put together a story of you were just inviting women up and they were saying, yes, take it. We don't. It's yours. Can they convince the jury why the prosecution is going to put on tape you beat no girl, right? If you a lot of violent acts, and then people also going to come up and test it. So it's whoever tells the best story and that's more convincing is going to win that case. So, do you believe, right, that Diddy has enough to convince a jury of 12 that them all 15, 20 of them people finna come up and give their accounts, plus the video of him beating no girl, right? Or do you believe that his defense is going to be able to overcome that?
I believe so.
Okay.
I believe.
So you believe the jury team gonna be able to sell a story? So I can't believe that so you believe PDD gonna win the case?
I believe
in
so.
that case?
I second what you said. I believe there's enough money for him to fight this case. You know what I mean? There's a lot of guys. You know, R. Kelly couldn't have fight his case.
Shout out to Omar, that's also in the building. A new subscriber. Go ahead.
I had a question for both of you, Ronnie and Hakeem. How much money you think it's gonna take for Diddy or to win this case? How much money? I'm talking about how many
50 mil.
No, he was trying to get the judge 50 mil. It didn't work. To get bailed out, it didn't work.
50 mil more, Hakeem?
What's PDD asset? Is $1 billion? Is $1 billion his asset?
Not no more. No.
So
probably 100 mil.
So let me disclose this information to Hakeem, right?
Yes.
That's the difference between the federal and the state system, right? Because federal courts convict a lot of kingpins. El Chapo, AKA, right?
Yeah.
So money does not factor. That's the difference. When you go into against the federal government, money does not matter, right? You can have all the money in the world because, once again, the judges are set for life, right? They're set for life. They're appointed, right? And the U.S. attorneys are 100% backed by them judges. So money you can't manipulate. Money cannot manipulate the federal system. Now, the state is a different story, right? Because, money, a lot of corruption going on down there. But at the federal level, once again, they took El Chapo. Now, you can't tell me he didn't have more influence and more power than Diddy and more money, right? He's probably worth billions. And he would never see the light of a sidewalk again, but on TV. John Gotti, the Italian mafia, right? The federal government prosecutes people with big money and connections all the time, and they win.
What was those two Colombians who beat the federal system? They had got off.
What are you talking about?
The Ochoa brothers.
Who? Oh.
the Ochoa brothers, the two
You gotta
Colombian
Google it.
kingpins. You know what I mean?
So,
Go ahead, Diva.
So part of the indictment
Mm.
talks about how he would fly out male commercial sex workers to participate in these various things. Now,
Oh my God.
right, all
How
flying
can you know
out.
what she going at? All
Yeah,
right,
My
no,
stomach.
drop
I'm
hurt.
PhD
not.
Diva. Drop PhD. Oh, go ahead, PhD. Where you going at? Let me see what PhD Diva going at. Go ahead.
So flying out a sex worker, a commercial sex worker, right? So a commercial sex worker means somebody you got to pay, a prostitute.
Mm.
So flying them out to a party or whatever and having them perform sex acts, right, in exchange for you paying them is sex trafficking.
So that's sex trafficking. Yeah,
Absolutely.
even though it's
Absolutely.
consensual.
It does not matter that it's consensual, right? It's a sex worker. And so you have to pay that person for them to consent to do whatever. And when you fly them across state lines, that constitutes federal sex trafficking.
Mm.
And I want to add this too. So right now, Diddy, he's worth $400 million. His net worth. So I'm estimating the cash that he probably has right now, all his cash, like you talking about houses and everything, jets, he might have at the up between $150 million.
And
so let's say he has $150 million, right? I'll still that's not enough to beat the feds. That's just me.
No. One more thing. One more thing. All that's going to be seized, right? As we speak, all that's being seized. Everything has to be turned over right now to the federal government. Everything. All bank accounts, assets will be frozen. He will not have access to this type of money. Once again, money
No,
don't
but
matter.
how you gonna be able to pay his? But how will he be able to pay his attorneys? You got to pay his attorneys, don't he know? No, he not.
He probably took care of that before they went in. He probably
Okay, before they actually did it. Okay, that makes sense.
He probably gave him everything up front because they told him his lawyers would probably tell him, "Hey, they're going to freeze everything. So give us what you're going to give us for the whole entirety of this case, right? And then do what you got to do, but the rest of it you will not have access to." And right now, I was listening to the what's that Fox? They're saying they're freezing.
Yeah, Fox.
They're seizing all assets, everything, because they're saying they're convicting him as this was an organization, right? And that his business were fundamentally a part of this. Is so they're putting him as a kingpin status. So therefore, everything that he owns is tied to this in some kind of way. They're saying, and that's what they're going to give them the right to freeze all his assets. And so he's by the time, if let's just say he does beat it, right? He's going to be he's going to be depleted because he's going to have to take time to get all that shit back. So I doubt he's beating it. I doubt it.
But Rufus, let me ask you a question. If there is a possibility some of his assets is under his kid's name or his mom's name.
That's a possibility, but they're going to find out. Feds, you got to remember who you're dealing with, right? Feds are used to this. So they convicted a lot of drug dealers. So that's what drug dealers used to do back in the day, remember? Put things in mom and dad. And once again, once you go under the racketeering, right, under that sex trafficking act, then they will go coerce your family. Hey, this in your name? Because we know you can't afford this. Now, we know you don't want tax evasion, right? We know you can't account for this money. So we know that you relate to B. Diddy. Give it up, or we're going to take you in, and then we're going to prosecute you under this penal code. And they're going to get that shit up. So once again, you're dealing with the Fed. This is what they do for the last 100 years. They go after kingpins. People was like Diddy all the time. So their experience, they know everything. So when it's like a trap, they build this trap. And then once you get through that trap, you're like 97% chance not going to win because they got everything. Believe me, this is not the state. Nowhere near. He's done. He's going to go. My advice: take the 15 years and get the hell out of there.
P Diddy, I'm not P Diddy. Sorry, PhD Diva. Supreme got a PhD. My apologies. I
Pause.
call you PhD.
Pause.
Pause. No Diddy. I want to ask you. Can you give people the audience the definition of racketeering? Because some people might not know what that is. Racketeering. People that's listening, because I know you're good with definitions. But
All right. So racketeering is a type of organized crime in which the perpetrators set up a coercive, fraudulent, extortionary, or otherwise illegal coordinated scheme or operation to repeatedly or consistently collect a profit.
mm.
Yeah, he's done. So he's free. All assets will be frozen, and his lawyers are probably going to suggest to him take that plea.
And the plea, you say you giving him 15 years. You don't give him less than that.
That's what the feds gonna give to me, dude. I don't see many federal cases, man. Gosh, I'm a living witness.
Yeah.
This people
Yeah,
don't.
you speaking about it. That's why I'm letting you speak. We allowing you to speak. You speaking some truth.
This is I'm telling you, 97% conviction rate is real. Listen, they get everything in line up, and then they have people in the federal court. When people say or people come on and testify, that's just like factual evidence. It's not hearsay like it is in the state. So you can challenge the state, say, "Oh, that's hearsay." Oh well, what this? But in the feds, you can't do it.
But so Rufus, if they got so much if they have so much information, why go to trial then? Why just don't convict me? I'm guilty then, right?
That's called due process.
Yeah,
you can't just convict people.
Right.
No, but think about it. If we got all this information,
due process.
Yeah, you still have due process.
Let's
That's one
get
of
it
our
in.
civil rights. Well, one of our rights as a citizen.
Now, P. Diddy can tell his lawyers, "Hey, I'm not want to fight, man. I'll plead no contest," and then try to go I'm plead accept the responsibility for my actions route, and hopefully they go easy on him. You know what I'm saying? But I doubt it because it's such a big case. He's not going to know where to do that right now. He wants to see. He got to get discovery. That's number one. He's going to wait for discovery. Then once he gets to discovery, him and his lawyer's going to have a meeting, and then they're going to have all the preliminary trial and all that stuff, and then from there, they're going to come up with a plea deal, probably between 15 to 25 years. Between there, hopefully 15, because 15 is doable. But if everybody,
He's not going to do 15.
No. I'm saying I don't know. It's going to be more. It's probably going to get like 50 years. But I'm just saying, no, 15. If they say 15, he better jump off the diving board and dive on that 15 and run with it.
He's 50 years old.
I wouldn't give a fuck.
Yeah, 54. He's 54.
Listen.
Damn, is it?
Yeah, he's 54.
Yeah, he's 54 years old. I thought he was older than that. He's literally 54 years old.
15 is still better than 50.
He ain't gonna do no
so
more.
How old was Biggie then? Because if he's 54, Biggie was like what?
Biggie died when he was 25.
No, I know, but in his age now, he would have been what? Like 50?
About 50.
Listen. These fans got dudes up in here. Did you see what they did to El Chapo? Once again, man.
Yeah, they got him good.
If he goes to trial, they're gonna tell him, "You go to trial, buddy, you're getting life. If you lose, you get life. Not no 15 to life, not no 20 to life. Life is life in the feds. There's no parole, early kickouts, none of that shit." I'm telling you. They don't play over there, man. They get that life, you got to beat it on the pill.
No, but at the end of the day, I do appreciate you guys. You guys are educating the audience. Go ahead, Joy.
Ronnie, when it comes to his kids, he has 6 kids. If you're gonna take that, if I don't think he's gonna fight it, so it's gonna be a plea deal. So he's gonna take as much time as possible in order to get back with his kids, especially his youngest child, who's I think she's like 1 years old, 1.5 years old.
No, but the thing with P. Diddy, he got an ego. He got an ego. His ego ain't gonna let him lose. I guarantee you that. His ego. Remember, he even said that on Danny Kane when he did it on Making the Band. He kept saying that all the time. Say, I don't like losing. He specified that so much. He don't like to lose.
Yeah, but he gonna like
Ronnie,
this.
he's gonna be a sore loser. He's gonna be a sore loser.
No, he gonna like this loss.
Ruthless, you crazy, man.
Hey, I'm trying to tell you, if he comes with that 15 years, his lawyers gonna say, look, we begging you to take this. Because they know they're not gonna win. How are they gonna win? How are they gonna win? Listen, they're gonna say, look, they talking about 15, 18, 20. He better be celebrating.
Oh, how you gonna win? He gonna Ruthless. He gonna start singing. That's what he gonna do. He's gonna sing.
Yeah, okay. Gonna start dancing videos again.
Oh, Jordan, I don't know you have any more clips to play. I know time is against us, but I don't know you have any more clips. No, but thank you guys so much. Educating the audience, Ruthless, the lovely Supreme God's PhD, and also dialogue too as well. So when people watch the playback, they can go and look at the comments, which is very important. I think a lot of people are very curious about this case. I'm curious as well because I look up to P Diddy when it comes to business. His business skills is pretty good. Not in the way he treated people, but in the way of when it comes to marketing and stuff like that. Even Hakeem, we probably gonna be the next bad boys, right, Hakeem?
100%, but just without the freak offs.
I don't know. I might do the freak off though, but I might let the feds know beforehand.
No. Hey, this is I'm a Christian based channel, so
You know what?
I'm trying to get
I have
married.
PhD right there, coordinated everything. PhD, but who's coming in? Who's coming in? Make sure he's on the guest list.
This is why you got to get married, so you won't be able to get caught up in stuff like this.
No, but he was married. One P Diddy married. He was never
was
married.
He
No, he's never been married.
Never been married.
Really, he didn't marry Kim Porter. He never married her.
No. She died a single woman.
Interesting. J Lo either, right? He never married J Lo.
No.
J Lo left him after that court case.
And she did right and got her a decent Hispanic man.
No, but she broke up with him. Ben Affleck. She's not with Ben no more. Supposedly.
No. She need to go back to Mark Anthony. Only the Hispanic
He
brothers.
married.
He's married now, I think.
Oh, Mark Anthony?
Yeah, he done married some other lady, had some kids. Shit, they might be divorced by now. I don't know. I think she's back with A-Rod.
Oh, A-Rod?
That's what I saw something saying she was back with A-Rod.
No, they said it was Ben. They said it was making out. Her and Ben Affleck were making out at some party. Recently.
Oh,
her and Ben. And they getting divorced. So PhD, but there's hope. There's hope and love. You can't stop. People love toxicity. That's just what people do. We love it.
We do.
But Hakeem, so back to the freak off. Hakeem, you ain't know nobody that ever went to the freak off that you can think of?
No. I know of local Miami freak offs, but not no like big freak offs like that. I knew some dope boys on 79th who was throwing freak offs. 79th in Northeast 2nd. And you know what I mean? They was like, do you want to come? I say, I go to Notre Dame Church. I can't come. God won't like that. You know what I mean?
Listen, I have advice. Listen, don't play with this, Rodney Wrong. This is not laughing matter. My advice to Diddy, if they give him anything under 20, 25 and under, put your cape on and jump on it.
So you say take the plea.
Hell yeah.
Take the plea.
Don't take it to the dope. Don't ride. What's that saying they say about taking it? Don't take that case all the way yet.
See, he messed up when he left all that evidence in the house. He didn't clean up behind himself.
That you're right. That was a lot of baby oil. I'm not.
Oh, well, we got the image. We got the image of the baby oil.
Show the baby oil.
I can show the image.
Man, that was
baby oil clip.
That was a lot.
You really believe that was in this house? That baby oil?
Yeah, it's allegedly, but it could. A lot of people were saying that. I think this was his.
Hakeem, you believe he had all that in his house? Hakeem, 1,000 baby oil.
Nick, bro, when you seen that, like, I looked.
Show the picture. You didn't show the picture. You show the picture. Show the picture.
Yeah, show the clip again.
When I seen that, I said, you gotta go to jail with that much baby oil in there, man.
Hey.
That's a lot of baby. My Lord, that's a lot of baby oil, man.
Remember he said he like soft skin. He said himself he likes soft skin.
Unless you've been dealing with people that's dry.
Over 1,000 bottles. Come on now. If that's the case, he need to make his own baby oil.
And
you going to Johnson & Johnson get baby oil?
Hey, no. Not that, but Hakeem, look how it's neatly stacked on the shelf.
Yeah,
you think he literally did that? Like, come on now.
He got the industrial one.
He got maids in the house.
He got the industrial baby. You see how big those bottle is?
But those are for the men, right?
Oh my God.
Hey,
Don't
Ruthless,
make my
stop. Y'all
stomach
need to
hurt,
stop.
man.
Y'all need to stop. Y'all need to stop. Stop right now.
I'm like, you need lubricant that bad?
But
Everybody
okay,
driving?
but where's the sexual product? Why they won't show that? They show the guns. They show the guns. What, like yesterday? Yesterday they showed the guns. Why won't they show like the sexual stuff then?
Here what kills me. You right. Like, what do you need all those high power rifles? You not in the streets.
No, but his bodyguards. You need it.
AR-15s, man. Nobody ain't after you like that.
You don't understand one thing, Hakeem. People are enamored just because they don't really do the stuff they used to do. They still like that feeling of having all those guns, making them feel gangsters still, right? It still makes them feel as. Listen, that's what got him in trouble because he got so powerful, so big at it that he got sloppy, and he got all power corrupts, man. And in this case,
I agree.
It's gonna, you got guns around the house just because you want to feel, powerful, right? You got all that baby on the what, right? When all you did
Okay,
is
so what the baby oil? Let me ask PhD. PhD, what the baby oil is used for the audience, including myself.
That's for the anal,
PhD,
right?
What is the baby oil used for?
why?
I
Hold
think
on,
it is
PhD, we
for
gotta
the
answer the
men.
question.
Isn't
She's
that
a
lube
woman,
for the
huh?
men? That's lube
You
for the
said for
men, right?
men.
Well, I
Ruthless,
couldn't
you say for
imagine women using baby oil as lube. That'll tear that woman's body up.
inside the part. And Ruthless said it's for the men. Ruthless, you say it's for the men. You sure?
Yeah, it's for the men.
How about you sure?
Come on, man.
No, I'm just saying because it was thongs on the floor. It looked like it was a woman's room.
That's a lot of lube, man.
Well, maybe they need just like everybody to be slippery and soft.
Whoa.
Soft and slippery.
Whoa. You know, this is a Christian-based channel.
Slippery when wet? Like, is that like Lord Jesus, man.
So we gotta understand that dude, they got a cave. He had an underground cave too. You know that, right? So he was imprisoning people down there for months, days, weeks, years. Yeah, you know that, did you? Yeah, he had that cave down there. What was that cave? What you got a cave for? Nigga, what? Ain't a room good enough?
You got a cave here or a cave in Miami?
In Miami. My man was underneath Miami.
Young tunnel. Yeah, he would trap people down there. Yeah.
No, but the thing, Dialogue, I think Young Miami liked it though. When he used to did his thing on her, she liked it. Because even when she talks about it, she smiled. Go ahead.
All of them was involved. I think they all was some kind of way, you know what I mean, involved. He just went overboard when he beat her. He created an enemy.
And
Ronnie,
Chicago, that's a king, that's a free. Go ahead.
You think Carissa's gonna testify for our Diddy?
No. Oh, you wait, you mean for Diddy? No.
No, for Diddy, yeah, for Diddy.
No. Our Lord's gonna say, do not get involved. No. Be quiet. Because remember, some people think she's involved too. She might be charged as well. Like Ruthless say, like a lot of people is gonna be affected by it. So
what they're
you
doing
might as well just stay out of it.
So this is the difference between the states and the feds, right? So what the feds did, right? Whoever they thought was involved, they went and questioned them to give them a chance. You either on Diddy's side, we're gonna take you down in this indictment, or you're on our side, you're gonna testify against Diddy. That's the option, right? Remember with Tekashi 6ix9ine, remember? That's what they did. They got him. He got him for the murder, but then they said, okay, now we can take you down for these M's, or you can come and testify on this game. So that's what all the people that were involved in this case, they are going to testify. I doubt it go to that. I'm really doubtful. I don't think it's going to go to trial. I think Diddy knows he's cooked. You know what I mean? Once they called him at the airport. So I think he's going to plea out.
Now that, but shout out to the lovely Sophia Grace. I forgot to give her a shout out. Sorry for the love Sapphire Grace. Y'all make sure to subscribe to She's Rising Soul. Man, she got a whole lot of soul over there. Chicago Rilla, Ruthless, he proved my point. His Miami house is under his mom's name. His Miami house is under his mom's name.
But once again, let me help you guys to understand that doesn't mean nothing in the federal government. They understand all this. This is what they do. Kingpins are notorious for that, right? Put everything in their mom's name. They were still getting to it. They figured that all out in the 80s, nigga. They figured that out in the 80s. So this is 2024. You think they forget about it? Hell no. They already went to the boy. Okay, so can you give us all the paperwork on this? The money you got to buy all this? What you think they're gonna do? Hey, it's not mine. He just told me to put it. Exactly. Let me get that. Let me get that deed. Got you. It's a wrap. Right? They're gonna get a hotel room somewhere. Hey, tell you find somewhere to live, but you gotta leave here because this has been under government season.
Man, I do feel bad for Diddy. Nah, I don't. I think this is his karma coming back to bite him in the behind. The way he treated so many people. You know what I'm saying? But
like how Biggie and Tupac killed. Like how Biggie and Tupac killed.
It's just karma. The way he did Biggie, the way he did Tupac, the way he did everybody. He was just a nasty individual. But that was I won't be surprised. If Rufus, I'm just being honest. If he wins, I won't be shocked by it. If he lose, I won't even care less because they don't have nothing to do with me.
Rolling. Take that out your mouth. You can guarantee you can put it and make a bet. Take to the bank. He's not going to win this case. 100%. Once again.
Any final thoughts?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Rufus. No, go ahead. Finish yours.
Yeah. He's dealing with an entity that this is how they make their bread and butter. They convict kingpins. They went all the way to Mexico, got El Chapo. They could take motherfuckers out of other countries. And convicted them. So you're right under the nose of the American powerhouse. America's a powerhouse. What you think? Diddy's bigger than you think he's bigger than the program, nigga? He's not bigger than the program, Ronnie. Sorry. He's not bigger than the program.
I could really care less. But
how soon you think he's gonna take the plea deal? How soon?
I think it's 98.9% chance he's taking that plea.
No, I mean how soon? Like in a couple of weeks, in a month or so?
About 6-7 months. Because they got a bigger case. So they got
I forgot about it. Them trials takes a long time to do. I forgot about that.
Yeah, you're going to go through this. The discovery is probably going to be, his discovery is probably going to be 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 envelopes.
Yeah.
So it's going to take time to go through that. Plus, you're going to have, so it's going to be between 8 to 10 months before they offer a plea. Right before they offer a plea, probably right. Because the feds are quick. So the state, it would be 3 to 5 years before they get to trial. But feds, 8 to 10 months.
Any final thoughts, guys, as we get ready to wind down and close down? Not only that, but anybody in the chat, do y'all believe PDD is gonna win? I should do the poll.
Put a 1 in chat.
You know, dialogue will say hell no. But I'm just saying, do anybody else or in the Facebook world, Kick world, Twitch world, do y'all believe PD gonna win? Put a yes, put a 1 or 2 in the, put a 1 for yes and a no for 2.
Hey.
Or hell no.
Do you think he's gonna get an endorsement by Baby Oil?
Hakeem is Jordan Hakeem is worried about this freak off. I don't know what's going on with Hakeem today.
We get him on that jury.
No.
We go all the videos, all the documentation.
I just need to make sure to see like this stuff is not real. You know what I mean? Like
so nobody Hakeem, nobody ain't gonna stay home for black men anymore. We gonna let a black man go down in prison for the rest of his life. He got family.
No. We not.
He have an empire.
We're not gonna let him empire. He's telling us what not to do. You know what I mean? He's telling us how not to get caught.
Just don't do it to begin with, right?
No.
I think his deal might be like 25 years though. I don't think it's 15.
No, they ain't gonna give him that much, man. He's a celebrity. Plus,
He-
you know they're gonna PC him as soon as he go in.
How much they give Epstein?
Epstein died.
Yeah,
He died. He hung himself
yeah. He went
allegedly.
to that pearly
You know
gate.
why he did that? You know why I did that? They slid that 30 on him. Said, "What, you like this?" He said, "I'll be right
No,
back."
no, I think he knew somebody was coming for him. I think he
No,
knew
no,
somebody was gonna. I think he was gonna.
no,
I think he was gonna
no,
start singing.
no. They had that meeting, him and his lawyers, and they said, "Look, here's what's that. Your plea is about 35." He said, "Okay, I'll be right back." When that cell,
Who's the other guy? Like the Hollywood director. They got him for something.
Weinstein.
Weinstein.
But Weinstein, he's smiling about his though.
Right.
So he
He
think
got a
he's gonna
slap
come
on the
out winning.
wrist. Right. He got
Yeah.
a slap on the wrist.
Yeah, he's about to he's gonna beat his case over some technicality or something like that.
Yeah, no, but his is with the state, I think. His not with the Fed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, state of California.
Yeah, it's the state of California against Weinstein. That one thing Ruthless broke it down very lovely. Both of you guys did between the state and and federal, so people could go back and watch the replay and get some information. It was some really good information. Weinstein gonna be his. P Diddy is not.
Okay.
I'm sorry, P Diddy. I'm still Bad Boys though. I'm still get the Bad Boys T-shirt
My
because it's
mama
still gonna
say
be
you
legendary.
gonna be a bad boy.
Hey, no, I got a quick question. What did Mace have to say? Mace didn't say anything about it. 'Cause
No,
remember, they were really.
They kept quiet on that.
yo, when the
Oh, they
feds
kept
jump,
quiet.
listen, when the feds jump in, ain't the old support is coming. Not even Jay-Z's is
No,
going.
but Mace with them look like this. They were like brothers.
Really still? Because didn't he like take some of Mace's
No,
money?
they stopped talking. But I
No,
thought
no.
I really want to know his opinion. Because remember, he was around Diddy for a very long time
No, he
before they split.
He had that man Masters and wouldn't let him go sign to no other label. You know what I mean? So it was all karma. It couldn't have happened to a better person.
He got a lot of enemies.
Now you have a shot. Like, share, and subscribe, and make sure y'all hit that notification bell on the right hand side. Remember, we do go live each and every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6 o'clock Eastern time. Like always, special shout out to Ruthless Truth and the lovely Supreme God's PhD. But thank you guys so much for this lovely breakdown of the PDD case. It was a really, really good episode. You know, even though Dialogue got on my behind, you like, radio though? But the thing is, with me is I try to be different, be open-minded, because remember, there's people that are going to be watching that don't know at all about the law, period. So we gotta be very open-minded about the audience. You know, because we got people watching us on Kick and also Twitch and also Instagram. But you guys, thank you guys so much for this beautiful breakdown. I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually gonna go back and rewatch it again because I think I gave a lot of gems. Dialogue, I'm with you. I think this is his karma. That one time I'm not gonna get involved.
Yeah.
When karma is involved, let karma do its thing.
That's it.
I was just speaking from the side of, because you know we all cannot agree on the panel. You gotta have someone that disagrees. Because everybody agrees, it ain't gonna be a good show. They were like, "What the heck, y'all on this?" So, you have to have at least a third party eye, which was me and Hakeem. Even though me and Hakeem don't really give a crap about P Diddy. Period. Be honest.
Hakeem just want to get to one of them freak offs. That's
Me
what
do, but it's over, Hakeem. The freak off's over with.
No.
It's over with. Unless unless Jay-Z ain't gonna do it though.
No.
Jay-Z is not gonna do that. He's not. But shout out to Dialogue that's also in the building. Shout out to Chicago. Great stream the other day, Chicago. Great stream, man. Great stream, man. Keep doing what you're doing, big dog. Don't stop. Keep doing. Shout out to Shiesty Bum that's also in the building. Hey, PhD, Supreme God, I ain't gonna lie, man. You was on Sharon's show for 5 hours.
You was.
I'm proud of you.
I was over there. I was peeking. I had to show him.
I was
about
in the
to spend a
cloud.
little money over there. I was about to spend a little money to show Sharon that some real niggas out here love you.
PhD was going where she's safe at. It's understandable.
Ooh, is that what it is? Whoa.
Shout out to Fresh Sound, Florida. That's also in the building. Great to see you, my brothers. Oh, that's what it is, PhD, man?
that I go where I'm safe at. You think I'm
Yeah.
safe over there? You see how
Yes,
people treat
I
me?
think so.
They pander to you. They worship you over there. You love
Yeah,
it.
they do. You've been
You
SPG
love to be
for a long
worshipped.
time. We trying to take
You love to be
this over.
praised. You love to have that power.
Hey, Ronnie, as soon as they say something wrong about PhD, here come Brownville, right? Now, how y'all gonna talk to the queen like that? Y'all don't respect the queen when you see it. I said running around in the house. I said running around in the house.
They love PhD Diva over there. PhD Diva was like a god to them. Now all she wanted that power a long time ago since the Black House. She wanted that power. Now she got it. She
Well,
got
I was running the Black House too.
Pretty much. Yeah, she dropped me like 20 times.
Absolutely. I dropped everybody, including the president.
Shout out to No Chase. That's also in the building. Great to see you, my brother. Ash A. Great to see you, sweetheart. Thank you for coming by. She said he is finished. Yeah, I think he is. PD ain't coming back from this. I don't.
When I start my channel, you come over there, you better have your facts together.
Nigga, I ain't coming to your channel.
But you know how you went. You know how you get PhD Diva over here, Rufus. I'm gonna give you a secret. You gotta pander to her for a little bit, just for a little while, until she come on the panel. Then you have all power.
She's gonna come. She's gonna come. PhD Diva pride won't let her not come.
Okay. We'll see.
Shout out to the lovely Sapphire.
I'm gonna tell you this though. I welcome pushback. I once again I welcome pushback. So don't be afraid to come and try to tell me off. You know, put your little 2 cents in, and then we're gonna do what we do.
Make sure you have a bounty so I can drop you from your own.
I mean, I'm the moderator. But you gonna be able
Shout out to Umar, a new subscriber. Shout out to him for coming through in the channel. Great to see you, my brother. Hopefully see you back again. You come anytime. You know, show love and support. We really do greatly appreciate you. Shout out to the lovely Mimi, co-host of the Shiesty Avenger, who also was in the building. Ashton from the Shiesty Avenger was also in the building. I heard there's a rumor they say he got demonetized. I don't know how true that is. Hakeem, yeah, that's what I heard. They say he got demonetized.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Who's that? Ashton?
Yeah, somebody flagged his channel. I don't know. I know he might go live and talk about it. Huh?
What Ashton was over there doing?
I don't know.
Nothing.
They smile in your face, steady trying to take your place. Backstabber.
Messed up.
Backstabber.
shout out to King Dog, the mob father, who also in the building. Next Level, who also was in the building. Go ahead, Rufus. What you was gonna say? Go ahead.
to be a female, because there are females on this panel, really.
No, that's what he said. He put it on his community tab. He said he got demonetized, but you know, I was checking up on him. I came checking on him as well because you know that's his bread and butter. You know, being demonetized, that is not a good feeling, especially when you work so hard to get there. People don't understand podcasting is a lot of work. It's a lot of work.
Well, be demonetized, he can still get cash apps though.
Yeah. He does.
But nobody remember. You still want to get. You still want to be on the platform, still get paid for the platform, even though the cash app and stuff. Remember, you might have days where you have slow nights. Nobody might not cash app you.
You don't have a big channel like that. But you got an average 12, 15 people. But yeah, he ain't do that.
No, he averaged about 30. I disagree. He averaged about 30 a night.
I mean, that ain't helping me. I mean, he'd be all right. They'll monetize him again.
Yeah, no, I told him he could appeal it. But you know, when it comes to demonetization, remember they might tell you to get rid of certain videos. Especially remember he does very long live streams. So when he get rid of that, he's gonna lose the credit.
Oh, you know what? It's that music he be playing, maybe, huh?
Yeah,
probably so. Probably so. Now I told him he had to change it or cut it down, make it smaller, like a 2 second. Cause you make it 2 seconds, they can't ding you. It's secrets to the game that people gotta understand. Like let's say but YouTube, you can make a lot of money off YouTube if you do it the right way. I promise you. Shout out to Mr. Muhammad that's also in the building. Joe don't heard him, who also was in the building. Next Level, who's also in the building. I don't know. Is Ashley going live? Hakeem today? No.
Yeah, he would. Yeah, he is. He is gonna go live.
So guys, make sure y'all subscribe to Ashton Williams channel. Remember, he goes live around 9:30 Eastern time, 8:30 Central time. Sometimes he may go live later on. I know sometime around 10 o'clock Central time. So guys, be on the lookout for that because I know he's going to talk about his monetization situation. So knowing him, I know he is. Shout out to there was so many people coming. Shout out to White High who always coming through, showing love and support. Shout out to Bobby Bryan, Sherry Bryan, and also Gorilla Black. They're enjoying their lovely outskirts right now. It's Gorilla Black's birthday week. So I know they're over there. And also Sky, I know they're doing their thing. Shout out to them. Shout out to them. Shout out to those that watch on Facebook, Instagram, Kick, and also Twitch, guys. Make sure you follow. It's so very important. Thank you guys so much. Also watching the playback, because we see sometimes people come back and watch the playback and also leave comments. We really do greatly appreciate it, guys. Also, so important. Make sure you go to KR Culture Radio description in the description where you get the KR Culture Radio t-shirt, what I got on, the KR Culture Radio hat, and the KR Culture Radio coffee mug, which I got it in my hand. So, guys, support the platform. We really do greatly appreciate it. And also, don't be afraid to become members. Because I know Shiesty Bun was talking about emojis. Guys, become members, and we're able to create more and more emojis. Thank you guys so much for tuning in on this special occasion of the P. Diddy Breakdown. We over and out.
Peace.